രാജശ്രീ വെങ്കിട്ടരമണൻ 130 വാക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഷോർട്ട് ആൻഡ് സ്പീഡ് ഡിക്റ്റേഷൻ. ഇത് 54-ാമത്തെയാണ്. നിങ്ങൾ ഓരോ ഡിക്റ്റേഷനും 2-3 പ്രാവശ്യം പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യണം. എന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ അതിൻ്റെ ഗുണം കിട്ടുകയുള്ളൂ. ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലേക്ക് ട്രാൻസ്ലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ വെരി happy and proud occasion when the main campus of this agricultural university has been named after one of the greatest men of the age, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi's contribution has been the achievement of independence for the country. His greatest contribution was identification with the masses of India and his great vision in trying to uplift the most downtrodden people of the country. He wanted to improve the living conditions of all. He wanted the progress to be taken to the last man. That was the concept of Sarvodaya. In agriculture also, it is the most backward people who have sustained agriculture up till now. The general impression that agriculture in India is backward was due to the first that educated people kept themselves quite aloof from agriculture. If out of 3 brothers, 2 were educated and they would migrate to urban areas, leaving agriculture to the uneducated. Therefore, there is no wonder if Indian agriculture was regarded as backward. But as the Prime Minister has just remarked, the Indian farmer has shown wonderful capacity to accept new ideas, scientific methods, and the readiness he has exhibited has surprised me. The new concept of agricultural universities is quite distinct from the old universities' approach towards the teaching of agriculture as a subject. The experiments in various agricultural science disciplines have to be carried not only in the laboratory as is usually done in the traditional institution but also on the fields. The central idea of these new universities is that the experiments will be extended to the fields of the farmers. Extension has therefore become an integral part of modern agricultural universities. This university will have a number of colleges, a number of disciplines, and scientists will have to solve many of the problems which our farmers are facing today. The scientists will have to identify problems and find the solutions. Our scientists have done wonderfully well in the field of agricultural sciences in the development of new yielding varieties and have improved upon the seeds that were imported or introduced from other countries. They have improved its texture, they have improved its protein content, and they have tried to improve the flavor of some of them. But the Indian scientists will have to do some such work for every region also. We eat presently considerable quantities of food grains which are imported from the developed countries. These developed countries, particularly Mexico, in recent decades have done a great deal of research so far as wheat is concerned. Rice is a food grain which is more or less the monopoly of consumer in developing countries. These less developed countries are backward because of the fact research occupies a lower place there. That is why the scientists of developed countries have made great progress in the crops like wheat which they consume. Of late, we have scientists working in some parts of Asia as a result of which high-yielding varieties of rice have also become available. We should try to distinguish between our pattern of consumption and the pattern of consumption in countries east of India. Scientists will have to evolve high-yielding varieties of rice which will cater to the tastes and eating habits of our people. Many of the agricultural operations are continued even today as they were thousands of years of age. My dear uncle, today I have remembered that it is your birthday on Saturday, and so I must send you a birthday letter at once. And I will begin with the all greeting many happy returns of the day. I hope the day itself will be peaceful and happy for you, and that you will be spared a happiness and help to us all for years yet. You have always been a kind and generous uncle to me, and I take this opportunity of thanking you from the bottom of my heart.